The current spoiler warning level is Azure.
Friends and folks, this is another Cardfight Vanguard episode, so it's Azure, because you can't spoil cards, I think. Please enjoy the episode. Hello friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of Mechanista NG. Dylan can't guess the model that I built last. You know what? Actually, let's make this fair, because just saying what model did I build is like, okay, the possibility space is, in the tens of thousands. So you can 20 questions it. You can narrow it down.
Okay.
So it's 10 questions, because 20 is too many.
Not a question. Give me 1 second. I need to scooch back and do something real quick. It'll only be 2 seconds.
Okay, that's your first question.
No, that's not. It's not a question. It's that my band is pointing directly at me, and I'm like, it's kind of cool. I just have it on so it moves the air in the room. Okay, I am back. All right. My question. All right. Is it a Gundam model?
No.
Is it a Bandai kit?
Ooh. 1 second. Yes.
It is produced by Bandai. Okay. Is it based on an anime or manga?
It's based on a franchise that includes an anime and manga, I suppose.
Is it from Synduality?
It's not what I would primarily think of it as. From what?
Synduality?
Oh, no.
Okay.
How many questions does that have? Is that 3?
4.
I think
I
4.
believe with the Synduality. Is it a Gundam? Is it Bandai? Is it anime? And then is it Synduality?
Yes.
So
Okay.
4.
Yes.
I'm just trying to remember. Okay. Whew. Is it a high grade?
No.
Okay. Is it scaled? Like, does it have a scale or is it non-scale?
It does. It is not scaled.
Is it from Pacific Rim?
No.
Okay. Just trying to think
left.
Trying to think of all the things that Bandai has had the license for and done that's like weird like that. Ooh, this is actually pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Is it from Star Wars?
No.
Okay. Damn. I was like thinking because I was like, there's some non-scale Star Wars ones I believe, and then maybe those all have a scale to them, even like the tiny Super Star or the Star Destroyer I have. I don't know.
If you will get a partial win if you can at least get to the right series.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is I'm just at this point, it's just like, can I even narrow it down to a series? Is the problem. Okay. Ooh, this is so hard. This is difficult. It is not.
Turns out.
It is not one of the easy ones.
I think part of this is your background showing.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have come to this faster than you would have.
That's fair.
But also, that's partially, the curse of knowledge, right? Like, I didn't know they did Pacific Rim kits. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. It's not Pacific Rim, it's not Star Wars. I'm like Fuck. I'm trying to think of what else Bandai does. That isn't primarily an anime. That's the other thing, right? Because the anime question's what's got me all like, ooh, you know, like it has an anime, but it's not primarily thought of in that way. So it's like, oh.
I mean, you know, I guess it depends on who you. I mean, the anime is very big.
Okay.
I don't think of it as primarily an anime. I think you probably don't also, but the anime is very big.
Okay, that's interesting. That's even weirder. That actually just makes it even weirder. Oh, no. Fuck. What does Bandai make kits for like that? I'm having such a hard time with this.
Yeah, guess so.
Is it a character rather than a robot, actually, or is it a robot? Like you know what? I think we went in with it being a robot.
It is not a robot.
It is not a robot. Oh, fuck. Okay, so this shows. Yes, as you said, my background would only be thinking of robot things. Okay, I fucking see. I see what you've done here. Oh,
I built a model kit. I don't know.
Oh, this is okay.
And now you just have to swing.
Yeah, I have to just swing. Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. Like, ooh, so it's got to be. But is it a? Wait a minute. Well, no, you aren't operating on this level of trolling. I don't think you would do this. I am not going to say that guess because it would count as a guess, so I'm not going to do this.
I have not deliberately misled you with any questions.
Okay, so then I'm going to say this, and it's not the answer. This is not my final. I was going to say, is it Play 2? Because my brain thought, oh, but it's Double Zeta, it's not anime.
Oh, that would be funny. But
that feels like the kind of tricksy thing you might do.
That would be a little too unfair for this context.
Yes, but we're also recording this for the entertainment of our audience as well.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
Would that stop you from the entertainment? Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We are cursed with, Okay.
In this moment, I'm like, I wouldn't do that, but if it were in front of me.
If it's right there. Oh, shit. It's not even gonna be so. Is it a Kamen Rider? That's my last thing. I'm just gonna try to guess the series. Okay, it's not Kamen Rider. Okay, what did you build? What is this mysterious object?
Mega Charizard Y.
Fuck! Pokemon models, right? God damn it! So literally last week, because it is my birthday coming up, and I decided to grab me something. When I grabbed me something, I wanted to get I had already bought JoJo some stuff, so I was like, oh, I should get a small gift for Ivy. So I got her the Meowscarada Bandai kit. So it's like, I know that they do Pokemon, my brain was not even in the quadrant of thinking about Pokemon, if I'm being honest. So, I wouldn't have gotten there for another bunch of questions, unfortunately.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I have to say that it's kind of a cool build, but it is kind of sticker hell. The underside of the wings are stickers. The backs of the wings are... The strangest thing they do is the backs of the wings, the upper, like I don't know, I'm gonna draw, but like the upper like line on the back here, like the very edge of the wing, is like not perforated, but kind of perforated, like perforated plastic, like with a bunch of like regular holes in it that you have to cover up with a sticker that looks like shit. It looks so bad.
Oh.
And so you position it so the wings are, so it's facing forward and you can't really see that the way the model is displayed, but it's like, I don't know why they did that. It looks terrible.
Oh, this was 11 years ago that they made this. Okay. So,
really?
Yeah, this is an older one. So I was like, some of the modern ones tend to be a bit better about that. Well, what year does it say in that little corner there? Let's see. Let's blow that up. I can't read that. Is that 2014? I think that's 2014.
It might be.
Yeah, so a little hard to see that there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 2014. Looking at that little blurry thing there.
Yes, it's either 2014 or 2016, but
Yeah, I just know that when I pulled up a YouTube video, it was from 11 years ago, so that's why I had mentioned that. But yeah, so it's just interesting, right? Because so I only have one of these for the Pokemon Playmo. I have an Alchemy. And the way they the way they did it is, so the eyes were stickers, which makes sense to me just because they have enough color separation. But all of the pink lines in the because Alchemy is like a cake. So all the pink little lines throughout the cake on the front are pieces or are color separated. On the back it's stickers. So you don't have stickers on the really visible part. The way they've done these Pokemon kits is interesting because they've tried they try to keep them low price relatively. So I think with modern ones they usually try to make the front of them into hey, this looks good color separated, but maybe we'll do more stickers on the back or something, because obviously most people are not going to be looking at the back of a Pokemon. But it's interesting.
Yeah, sorry, I stood up for a second there because I have more kits than you of this, and I decided to take some pictures for the video.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I have to send them to myself through Discord, and then
I think
copy them
the
from Discord.
wild one with Meowscarada was, I think the eyes on that were color separated, is what Ivy was saying. Oh, no, they weren't color separated. Those were still stickers. What was color? Oh, the diamonds around the eyes, because she's got the little green diamonds pattern above and below each eye, a little point.
Oh, sure.
And those are actually colors separated, and I was like, oh, wow. I would have thought those.
Yeah, they're some of these kits have a lot of stickers, but the stickers can sometimes still look pretty good. I do think I also have Alchemy. I think the stickers on that look pretty good.
Yeah.
So here's Mewtwo and Mew.
If it'll load.
Oh yeah, these are going to be really high resolution because they're phone.
Oh yeah.
Photographs. So
yeah.
I'll go ahead and crop them though, so I can fit more. You don't need to see my copy of Republic Commandos. That's fine. I'll just crop that out of the image.
Just waiting. Okay, there we go.
We had to take pictures recently because the house is going to be for sale. Because, I'm going to move.
I didn't know.
And so I had to make the room look nice. And as a consequence, the room kind of looks nice.
Yeah,
so I can show photos like this.
That's fair. I need to get me more wall shelves to put stuff on. I have so many robots.
What's over here more? I've got more than I was thinking. I thought, I was like, oh wait, I still got one more shelf than this. Because it's 6 total. Fortunately, because the viewer is getting my end of things, they're not having to wait.
Oh, they're not having to wait. Yeah, okay. Because for me, the third image just loaded, so that's the Pikachu and Mimikyu. I have one of the candy toy Mimikyus. It's very small.
Oh, Pikachu and Mimikyu I fucked up.
Oh, really?
I wonder if I can uncrop, because there is a third one in that image.
Oh.
I just was too zealous with the crop. Yeah, I have to... Shit. Hang on.
Meanwhile, I'm just
make all this fit. But you can see from the front, Mega Charizard Y looks pretty good.
Yeah. That Ceruledge looks so good.
The Ceruledge was is still it has a decent number of stickers, but it still looks great.
Yeah.
The stickers are really well incorporated. I was really impressed with that build.
Oh, there's an Eevee there too.
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
cute.
Yeah.
No. God, you have so many more games than I have. Is what my.
Oh, yes. I have all. This is one of my 2 game shelves. They're both 5 tiers, and then I have bins for overflow.
See, I unfortunately became a person who became very digital, even though I get all the unreliability with wanting digital games, but also, I became... It didn't help that, like, especially because I was using a PS3 and a PS4, especially in the PS4 era, PS Plus got you free games a lot of the time, and some of them were things I actually wanted to play. Not all of them, but some of them.
No, I'm with you. I mean, like, I am in the place now, like, obviously I bought a lot of stuff, and for a while I just sort of kept buying stuff because, oh shit, I just realized I put a Switch 2 game in the Switch 1 area. That's embarrassing. But, like, for a while, just the momentum of, like, well, I've always bought these, I should keep buying them. But it's like, when I want to play a PS2 game, I don't boot up my PS2. I've got the converter and everything, but my PS2's laser needs to be repaired. And so I just play everything on, PCSX2. And it's like, well, I mean...
I think that was my other thing, is I hit being an emulator person so early in my life that's another reason I don't own a lot of physical copies for especially older games. Because I want to say... I started doing emulation stuff. Actually, before I was into Gundam, funnily enough, because it's like 2008, 2009. No, even before that, because I'm remembering. I'm like, when did I hack my PSP? That was in like freshman year or sophomore year. Fuck.
Yeah,
and
when would it have been for me? It would have been like 2002, 2003.
Well,
when I got into emulation.
Yeah. Well, and then the wild thing I'm thinking about is, right. So it's like, when I hacked my PSP, I already had all the ROMs and stuff that I was throwing onto it. So I must have been doing emulation stuff even before that. So it has to be like 8th grade, 9th grade for me when I start emulating things a lot. Which feels so long ago now. It feels so long.
Yeah. Anyway, best kits here. I think Mimikyu is great. Cerulege is really terrific. Alcremie, as you noted, very good.
It's funny because it's not a posable kit, but it doesn't need to. It if you like Alcremie and you're like, Alcremie is cute, it looks cute. That's what you need.
And then it's like, it's an early one and it's pretty plain, but I'm quite fond of the Mew.
I love Mew. We all love our weird little embryo thing.
That's good. That's good. Anyway.
Alright.
Dice are happening.
Yeah, we've diverged about Pokemon for almost 20 minutes.
I mean, it's nice to have an episode, it was only like, we skipped a week, and then we had a week where
we had
I was kind of on the clock. And it's like, I can sit and have a conversation with my friend. Do
we want to do the one that you rolled last week that would take a while?
Oh, I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you don't even remember? Never mind then, okay. Yeah, because I don't know. This is all the rolling and choosing is blind to Dylan's. It may be made that way.
Ah, okay. Yes. And then we go here, and we go... We're picking up a thread that we left behind. If we can find the...
Okay.
So I'm going to send you something we've already covered, because we're going to talk about a bunch of, of the rest of its family, but we covered the main unit.
Really? Okay. Alright. So do you want to send me the one that I had already guessed, or are you going to send
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Otherwise it would be kind of impossible for you, I think.
Oh. Okay. Let's see.
There you go.
This is something we've already talked about?
That's correct.
Is this a Cardfight Vanguard thing?
This is a Cardfight Vanguard thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't remember any of the names of them, if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
Well,
fired.
I do...
can you call... can you do me a favor?
Yes.
And just, call one of your roommates in here to take over the show. You're not qualified anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, Jojo would be good at this.
I'm gonna die now. and then you just hear, like... You know the sound when a fuse pops? That's what you hear. Alright, well... Okay. I mean, they're called, like... Was this one of the Extreme Battlers? I just can't remember the names.
No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't an Extreme Battler. Oh, right, because are Extreme Battlers the ones that are, like, little?
There's the like Extreme Battlers, and there's the Extreme with 2 X's Battlers, and they're like a different...
What was the base guy's called? It was something, like... It has battle in the name. I know that.
It's true.
I really can't remember.
It was Dimension Police were the faction that this is from, that we talked about.
Okay. We're just gonna have to go. It's gonna be like, it's like Dimensional enough. Robo.
Okay.
Dimensional Robo. Fuck, what was the... The problem is there were so many even, like, variants on these, too, and they all had, like, similar things in the name, so I'm like, I should remember this.
Yeah, the thing I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make sure, because I know we covered one of these, and then we left the others.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we skipped all of them, actually. Okay, well, maybe this was unfair of me. I'm looking at the thing now, and it's like, oh, no, we decided to make this more focused than I thought. So maybe this wasn't doable.
Okay.
You tell me, does this ring a bell?
Show me the whole thing? Yeah, let's see. Oh, we did talk about... Well, no! Oh, no, I don't think we talked about it on the episode. I think it was in our initial pictures of all the cards.
Yes.
That was sent to us.
We chose to narrow the focus.
But then we were like, there are so many variants related to the one guy we got that we need to just talk about those, or else this will be a 5-hour episode, yeah. And right. As I am loading up the wiki right now and looking at the list of... Sorry, it was Battleroids are all the mecha. There are 845 listings. So, yeah.
This is Super Dimensional Robo Daiyusha. But I posted this one because it's the one I thought you would know. It's, of course, not Will Restart because it's basically the upgrade.
Yeah.
I believe it was probably the one that came out first, and they sort of retroactively were like, oh, but then there's this, right? You know how that goes.
They did that with the other one we looked at, too, if I remember right.
Right. With...
Well, it's a card game, so...
Yeah. It is a card game. It's true. With Kaizard. But here's Goyusha, which I believe is the base form here.
Alright. So we've got Goyusha. What is the full name? Is it just Dimensional Robo?
Dimensional Robo Goyusha. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, so this is... Oh, okay. So this is a little guy. I guess I'll describe it. Okay. So. Do they have Goyusha as its own separate thing like the other one? Oh, no. Okay. We're gonna have to... This is gonna be a little weird. Okay. Alright, so, to describe this design, starting with the head, we've got a blue head, very unconventional shape to it. It is like... It has a bit of a brim going around the top of it. And then it's got, like, a really heavy... Like, the armor going around, like, the sides and the back of the head, it actually goes out pretty sharply. So it goes out just about as far as the brim on top. You've got a white face with a blue chin. It does have a very understated tiny V-fin. It's like a little red jewel in the middle, and then it's got some white armor around it that splays out. And you've got 2 green eyes inset in there. And, yeah, the face is very plain. It looks like it's got... Behind the chin, it's got, like, 1 strip of gray, at least going off of these, or a gap, one of the two. It's hard to tell. But it's got a little bit of gray, like, above the blue part of the chin there. For the torso, the middle of the torso, the very midsection, big hexagon that is, like, thrusted forward and has a huge number 1 inside of it. The area around the 1 is gold color, and it goes back a little, and then the rest of it is in blue. There's a couple of cables going into the on the left and right.
Are they cables faces? in the anime? They just look like divots.
Oh, they might just be divots. Yeah, sorry, I was reading them as like cables or something.
I will also note I keep forgetting to do my job.
Yeah.
This is a request from CrossZeta. Thank you, CrossZeta.
Oh yeah. Okay. But yeah, so you've got the divots going into... They're kind of like on the... I want to say like the faces. Though the upper one is angled down and is almost touching the edge. Whereas the lower one's just in the middle of the face of the hexagon there. You then have two pectoral sections. The pectorals have like a triangular wedge pointing forward at the base of them, like on the inside base, where housing where, like, you know, you have the hexagon in the direct middle, then you've got this like triangular wedge forward, and then you've got the pectoral. The pectorals are mostly in this. I was calling it blue. It's funny because in this art it looks more almost like an indigo, but then here it's very blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just the shading of the art here, but yeah, because most places it seems blue, but it does, have some more, like, some purple leaking into it.
Yeah. It has, like, a gray vent in the middle. It's, like, gray around the edge and then is, like, open. It's sort of facing downward. The lower torso is mostly in white armor. You have two plates of white armor that are going around a bit of red that is really interesting, because if you look at the card art, that red is kind of its own shape there. It's, like, more squared. But if you look at the show art, they make it part of that the hexagon, like, middle section there, where they just make it, you know... It's just interesting how different it looks between these. Because it looks like the upper hexagon section of the chest is a separate component. So, like, if it was moving the upper chest, this red wouldn't move. But here, obviously, I mean, I don't even know how you animate that moving, like, or having any kind of crunch to the torso. Because in the anime, it looks like it's solid, basically, all the way through. But we've talked about this. The anime is not the best-looking beast out there.
Yeah.
And then you have white below that, though, going into the waist. So, simple there. Also, I forgot to mention, on top of the pectorals, above, you've got this little square of gray armor, and it's got, like, the little, like, cutout going, you know, at an angle, and it very military aesthetic for that. The shoulders, you've got big blue shoulders. The shape of them, they're like a little more rounded around the base and bottom, and then they end in a little bit of a rounded point. A little hard to see because the shield is blocking it there. You've got some gold armor going around the top and bottom of the outer bit of armor, and then they meet at what would appear to me, if this was Gundam, would be like a vernier or something. Mm-hmm. And then you've got a little out from that vernier going towards the inside of the body. You do have like a little cut of armor, like panel line going down. You also have a panel line going out towards the point from that little the little circular like shoulder thruster. The bicep, just a large white bicep. It's a little bit rounded on the front and back, but it's all one piece. No panel lining, nothing like that. Gray standard double joint thing going on. You've got big blue armor for the forearm. It has a bit of panel lining towards the middle, with these little gray boxes on the top of it. As you hit the wrist is in red, and it's got a little bit of red that bleeds back into the forearm there. And then the hands are just seemingly just hands with gray armor on the back of them. The waist, you've got a crotch piece in blue in the middle, kind of tall, flat on the top of it, with two skirts. The skirts have blue on the front of them, and then you've got these, like, I think, yeah, it's still a hexagon, it's just the shape of it is a little weird, like, you know, it's not a perfect hexagon, it's a little more sharp towards the bottom, and then a little more wide at the top, but it's these little white pieces in the middle of the skirt just to decorate it. These side skirts are in blue, and they've got, like, these little white pieces that are just kind of popped up there, just coming out of the side skirts. I cannot see the rear skirt, though the rear skirt appears to be quite long, given the back of it. Very much shaped like the Freedom Gundam or something, where, you know, it's like, it comes down, but rather than ending in a point, it's flat at the bottom. And then for the legs, you've got white thighs, basically all white armor. It does have kind of an interesting shape because the edges, or I should say the corners of the edges are like cut flat as they go down, which is kind of neat, just on the front of it. Then you have some knee armor that is, ooh, this is like a weird shape. It's almost like it's not really a T, but it's like a bulb, right? Like maybe a bulb shape would be a good way to describe it, but like with more angles. And it's in white with blue armor lining around it. Then the lower leg armor.
Isn't it like New Gundam Shield?
Yeah, it's kind of New Gundam Shield. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Looking at that, and then the lower legs, you've got blue around most of them. You get another white design similar to the one on the knee, just on the area below it, just to do some color separation. You also get a little bit of these white tick marks on the upper part of the calves on the outside, around the right above the foot armor, and then around the sides of the foot armor, because the leg has some armor that goes around the sides of the feet. This doesn't have separated ankle armor or anything like that. And then you also have some big white armor going around the back of the leg there. It kind of pops up a little too, which is interesting. Then you've got, for the feet, blue armor on top, a layer of white. It almost looks like it's got a little bit of green camera in there. I think that's meant to be
I think it's probably not what that's.
I don't know.
I think that's just supposed to be gray. I think that's just metal.
Yeah, it doesn't help that it's got this giant flash lighting and stuff going on with it. And then the bottom of the foot, though, is, front of the foot is blue, the heel is blue, it's got a separated toe and heel going on. And, yeah, for equipment, we've got a sword on the right hand. The sword is in gold, it's got kind of a standard crossguard, you've got this little bumpy bit on the bottom, what is that, a pommel? I can't remember sword terminology. And then the blade is ribbed at the base, weirdly, with a green crystal in the side of it, and then the rest of the sword is just normal after you go up from there, and ends at a point. And then you have a shield and oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
Sorry.
You first.
I'm remembering how this wiki works, and therefore I have some more art for us.
Okay, cool.
Because there are other versions of Goyusha. Whoop! Why did it paste like that? Other versions of Goyusha we can look at.
Okay, other card art, yeah.
There's that one.
I like that one, because I like that they show the separation on the knee there. That's fun.
And then there's this one.
Okay. That one's a little blockier, but it's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm. It has some appeal.
Yeah.
Who drew this, Dylan?
I don't know. Is this an Obari? It's probably
this
not an Obari, no.
But it is. We talked about this, that this artist works on this series on our last episode, and it is an artist you're very familiar with.
Fuck, who was it? That's gonna drive me insane. I remember, but I don't remember. This is the problem, actually, is I don't remember. I wish I remembered. That sounds about
right. This is Mika Akitaka.
Oh, it's Mika Akitaka, right? Because he's doing this instead of mobile suits now, and then also girls.
Yes. Listen, perhaps he can combine those interests.
Well, didn't he already do that? He did do that for Cardfight last time, didn't he? Didn't we talk?
Wait, I don't think we officially talked about.
Right, I think we talked about that off the air. We were like, oh, there's
But yeah. Oh no, we did talk about Dailady. We did talk
Okay.
about Dailady. There's more than just Dailady, but
Yeah. Oh, right. I should have recognized that was his signature also, because I'm looking at well, here, just to show for the audience and on the video, I was looking at his art of the GPO4 here, and if I zoom in, I'm just going to take a screen cap of the zoomed area.
Oh, sure.
You can see he draws a little funny face next to the M in a square. Yeah, you can see that there.
a little chick with glasses.
Yeah.
Or something.
Anyway, all right. But yeah, so I should have remembered that. I was looking at the signature too, and I'm like, that's not Obari's signature, so I don't know who that is. And it's like, oh wait, no, I do know who that is. Anyway, yeah, and then so the left arm, you have a shield. It is a golden shield that has a golden hexagon at the front. It's a little bit sharper at the bottom than it is at the top, and it's got a little green inset part, jewel on the shield. The shield is interesting because, if you look at it, it looks like it would split or something. The upper and lower parts are both made of, two pieces that meet in the middle and are kind of, kind of long and pointy. The upper ones also have some red embedded in them. Or actually, I should say, more of almost like a pink. It's a jewel, though. You can see going off the texture in the other art, this is meant to be a jewel. And we don't really see the backpack, but we can see that there are 2 yellow fins popped up on the back of this. So, yeah. And that would be Goyusha.
Goyusha, I have so many fucking tabs open. I had the lore for this friend. Basically, hero from another universe on a mission to keep the peace of the cosmos, and otherwise, not that much else to say. Combines with some other robots to become the next form, but I don't know what those robots are, and maybe we'll figure that out as we go along the way when we talk about Daiyusha. Getting the full art of Daiyusha. Swoop.
Alright, there we are. Okay, and yeah, so that's the guy, that's the one who started this all. So, yeah. Super Dimensional Robo, Daiyusha. Alright.
This one over here isn't drawn by Akitake.
That's a Bari, yeah. That's an Obari one. Though, this is a Mika Akitaka one on the left. You can see the little, I believe that's the little square. Well, he's trying his best. It's very tiny here. And also, I get the feeling when I look at these, like, blown up arts, that maybe the company that is doing them, whoever is doing these, is maybe blowing up an image more than it should be, because there are sometimes, like, weird little details, like, added or lost.
Yeah.
And the color becomes a bit
Which
more
is weird, because they almost certainly, like, Akitaka almost certainly drew this with some fucking detail. So it's like they took a lower res version and blew it up instead of using the original source file or something.
Do we know that these are important? If it wasn't for the fact that these are, like, I don't know. Are these, like, the thing where a fan has made these by photoshopping the card elements out and out? You know what I mean?
That's entirely possible.
Because I'm used to that with, like, MTG, where I would sometimes be like, can I find full art for these cards? And it's like, no, you cannot find full art for these cards.
That seems entirely
But you can find full art that, like, people have made where they have, like, erased the edges and kind of drawn in things. Anyway, to describe this guy, so, oh lord, I guess I do have to start a little bit over with this. The head is now pretty changed. You've got a mohawk camera. The V-fin has become like an X shape. You've got larger ones on the top and then smaller on the bottom, like 2 little smaller sub fins. And it's got a big hexagon on it with a, is gold with a green glass part on the inside. The cheeks now have, the head is more traditionally like mecha-y. It doesn't have, like, the weirder shape of it. It's got, like, cheek vents. It's got separate cheek armor that kind of goes, like, frames the face. You've got, the face almost has, like, expanded forward, like the white part. It goes forward more, it juts out. It's got these little, blue, like, tick marks that are, cutting into the sides of the mask. And then the chin now is tucked back a bit, or, I say it's tucked back. The chin actually is, like, more of a chin guard going all around the face, like, it frames the face now. But it's not jutting forward as much. The upper body is mostly invisible now because the chest ornamentation is crazy. You've got that gold, the gold hexagon green camera in it, but now it's got very similar to the V-fin. See, it's funny because it's called Daiyusha, so my brain would want to assume it's actually a Y rather than an X, but they still wanted to do these little, like, wings there. Like, if it was just, like, I would assume they would do down, but whatever. Anyway.
Maybe they're trying to do, like, a cross because it's a crossover?
I don't know.
I'm really spitballing. That seems like a weak theory.
Yeah. So, the one on the chest is shaped very similarly to the old shield, where it's got these 2... But they're now split. You've got these 2, like, wings going up, and then you've got these little sub ones going down. This might even be the shield is now attached to the chest, because, it's got the red jewel parts on there. And, like, these lower ones look like they could, like, be on, like, little arms that move. So maybe the shield just goes into the chest after it combines. And, like, pops open.
Maybe.
Because it has an entirely new shield now. And then... it looks like the areas underneath are mostly the same. You've got like the red armor in the middle, and then you've got white for the areas going into the waist. The shoulders are now much fancier. They almost look like little cop cars, but like F-Zero cop cars. So they're like white at the base with some gold, like almost like exhaust going into the shoulders, and the exhaust has the number 2 on it on the right shoulder and the number 3 on the left shoulder. So I'm presuming these are just entire machines hooked up, like how the original one had the 1 in the middle.
They are.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you look at the edge of the shoulder, it's blue, and then it has a cockpit with gold trim around it. And then it also has police siren lights, jutting forward. And possibly back. We can't see the back, so who knows? My brain goes, maybe they would interfere with the wings, but who knows with the design that's this extra. Maybe they do still. But it looks like it's, a little F-Zero style cop car that launched and landed on the shoulder, is what it looks like to me.
It does. I agree.
And then the bicep is much more shapely now. Still just all solid white armor, but even more shapes going on. Very flat face on the front of it. The lower arm armor is black with red around the wrist. Some black on the outside that then has a golden, like, blade sticking out of the side of it. And then the hands are hands. Same thing, gray on gray for the hands. The waist, we've got the front crotch piece almost looks like a face to me, because you've got the hexagon on top with a green visor, and then you have these 2 red jewels that look like eyes to me, and then like it looks like it would be a vertically stretched version of like a map icon in like a SRW of a robot.
It looks like a Chozo.
Yeah, I guess because it's elongated like this, yes, it does look like a Chozo. It looks like a Chozo in armor, yeah.
It's like, oh, here he's got the little, like, the gem on his forehead. It's some sort of Chozo priest. Got it.
And then you got, some white armor with blue going around that, and then it's got these little bits of gold going around the sides. You've got the front skirts are gold plates at the base with some white armor that is a little thinner and some thicker blue armor towards the outside. The blue armor has these little black cuts in them. I cannot see the side skirts in, like, any of this art. You can see a little bit of the white bits there, and it looks like it probably has some blue armor below that. I'm presuming that the blue goes all around to the rear... Oh, well, no, it doesn't, because the rear skirt is not blue, it is red. Well...
Yeah, the, this is the, animation art, and it'll be...
valuable for this.
But also it'll be like less, down detail. Like you could see looking at the shield, they've gotten rid of the white patterning on the shield.
Yeah, there's no way the animators that are on this show are going to be keeping that consistent if they have that still.
Yeah.
The legs a bit more muscular looking, still solid white armor, much like the biceps. Just they look bigger and more muscular though. For the knees, golden knees that are popped up real high. You've got some gray etching on the side of them and some darker etching towards the base of them. You've got the leg armor. I like that these knees are kind of popped forward because you can actually see a fair bit of the inner leg there. You got black armor around the sides of the legs with a little bit of red on the front of them, some white embedded into them, and then that white has some gold ornamentation going around the top of that on the outside of the leg. Or I guess actually only on the inside thigh, maybe? No, it's also on the outside. Okay, yeah, we can see it on the back there. Okay. Then you've got some black armor going down the sides of the legs. The outside of the legs have like these little thrusters attached, which funnily the anime omits entirely. Looking at it. Like, look at this rear shot. There's nothing there. They're like blue around the edge with white at the base. They have like a little like gray circle on them, and then some gold on the edge, and I presume they're just thrusters, but yeah, they got rid of those on the anime. And also they got rid of this on the anime. If you look at the back of the legs, these are blue pieces with white in between, like it's almost like a weird like shielding on the back of the leg there. They just color those black, it looks like, in the anime. Too detailed for the anime. And then some red armor going around the front towards, like, it kind of pops above the foot. And then it's got some white detailing in the sides of that. can't really see the feet in the art at all, but going off the anime art is some white armor on top, and then red foot piece around the bottom. Kind of an inverse high heel, because it's got red armor above the heel that is thick, and then the actual heel part going down is actually really small and, like, just in black there. Finally, this has a big police plane attached to the back of it also. It's, like, white in the middle. You've got these two, like, thruster intakes that are, the thruster parts are pointing down. Then you've got these little, like, these little white pieces that are attaching these large wings out on the sides. Now, in the anime, the wings are white at the base, white on top, red on the bottom. No fancy things going on. In the card art, you get these really cool splits in the wing where you get, like, these, like, vent-looking parts. The red parts of the wings, instead of just being a single solid piece, are, like, separated into separate sections on the bottom and top. It looks really cool. And then funnily, the little pods on the back of the wings, have these little, like, power button, engravings, that are upside down on the top of them. Definitely looks much
Obari
cooler.
draws them pretty differently.
Yeah, he does, yeah. Looks really cool in both the Obari and the card art. I think the anime art for this machine looks kind of not as cool.
Weak, which is, par for the course.
Yeah.
For the record, here is the card. There are other versions of this, but I will say this is possibly the least text I've ever seen on a Cardfight Vanguard card.
Yeah. Yeah.
They usually have like 7 abilities with each a paragraph of text.
Yeah. I wonder if we get into later variants if we will notice something this
Yes.
going forward.
Yes. I've already
Okay. Yeah.
I could let me pull up because there are other too many tabs. Like here is a different Daiyusha. This is the D series version. And you can see that it's changed. Let's see if text time again.
Yes. This is funny because this just looks like you've kind of made him even more muscular. Like the actual design looks... Well, I guess it is the same design, yeah. It's just... Okay, weird. Yeah, that's so much text now. There's so much text on Cardfight Vanguard cards. I would play it as a video game. I would never want to play this in person. But, like, if it did all this for me, if, like, it just, like, I will read the card, you know what I mean? But, like, you know what's annoying with card games like this? When your opponent is constantly playing things with lots of text and you have to read the opponent's text to make sure your opponent is doing the right thing. Whereas, if I am playing a video game, I can assume it did the right thing. Like, I'll still probably read it if I'm like, well, why the fuck did this do that? Or why did this interact that way? But it's just way less awkward than doing it in person.
Yeah.
Because you know that the computer did not cheat, theoretically. Now, it'd be really funny to make a really complex TCG, and then make a game where the computer does cheat and lie, and, like, you have to catch it on it, like, you have to call, like, it has a separate, like, you can call it cheat, but if you call it cheat and they weren't cheating, you get, like, some kind of penalty. So...
You need, like, Mahjong games don't have Chumbo. And that would be really fun.
That's... this would be such an evil card game to make. But also, it seems like it would be so good. Anyway.
You just have a button called Show Me Your Hand. Like, no, show me your hand. Come here. You're cheating right now.
Alright. But yeah, let's, Alright, what else do we have for Daiyusha?
Well, as you noted... this design is, in fact, a combiner, right? So let's talk about the pieces that
you did find the pieces now. Okay, cool.
I did. So, I'm just going to post them all.
I assume it's 2, 3, and 4. It's got to be the arms and then the backpack? Oh, no, because it's got to have the... Well, alright, let's look. Oh, I think I know what the lights do on this. I think that they pop forward. Like, they slide in there, and then it extends forward longer. You know what I mean?
So these are yes, I do. These are 2 different robots. This is Daibattles. This is Dailander.
You can call it Daibattles. Because, here's the thing. If I remember... Oh, let me see. Hold on. Shit. hold on. What is that? Why am I spacing on it? Well, I'll look this up real quick while you're posting those, and then I'll come back for a lot of things.
Oh,
are you
I've got
done?
them all, but it's fine. Yep.
What? Okay, hold on. Formers. Oh, Diaclone. Right. Yes. Daibattles, Diaclone. I think there's a guy named Daibattles in Oh no, it's Daibattles in Diaclone. Okay. So Daibattles in Diaclone, by the way, is a series of combining vehicles that here.
Gotcha.
Which this may still be referencing given the name, but yeah. So here's this is the modern version of these, obviously, because they have a modern one, and you can see they have many different forms you could do.
You know, I admire, a lot of people are like, let's come up with a good design for the combined robot and then work backwards and figure out the pieces. And these took the opposite approach.
Here's the thing, though. I think these guys are kind of cute, like, in their...
Those two kind of work, yeah, but they're clearly, like, the other way. And the bottom two I like them. They look terrible.
Yeah, no. Anyway, here's the combined robot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. The modern Diaclone stuff is so cool. I'll show you more of it off the mic, but anyway. Yeah, so, but that's when I heard Daibattles, I was like, wait a minute. But no, that's Daibattles, because Diaclone. Alright, so yes,
we have
number 2 vehicle.
Daibattles,
yep.
Dailander, Daimariner, and, of course, Daidragon.
Okay, so, units 2 and 3 here, Daibattles and Dailander. These are both the arms, obviously. It does, interestingly, the Lander actually has different equipment. It has these little Gatling guns on the rear wheel well. I guess to describe these. So I thought they looked like F-Zero cars, but it turns out they actually have a bit more going on because they have the whole arm attached to them. So the cockpit looks like a little F-Zero vehicle. But then you've got, below it, some white intakes. You've got some, a black section with headlights on it. And then on the sides of that black section are the wheel wells. It's got, it is car wheels underneath, but these wheel wells remind me of like what you put over the top of like tank treads or something,
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got some gold in between. That's the exhaust and stuff from the shoulder. So we did see that. And it's got the number 2 and 3 presumably embroidered on the side and actually on the outside as well. I presume this has a white 3 on that as well. And then the back section, which is the forearm, is, black with that little golden blade on the top, almost acting like a little, middle wing of a plane there. And then, red around the back where the wrist is. And then that has 2 wheel wells that are larger on the sides of it. And then those wheel wells on the Dailander specifically have, like, Gatling guns on them that are not on the, Daibattle. And then number 4 there, what was that one again? Sorry.
That is Daimariner.
Okay, I would have gone with Diver because that would be funny, but Daimariner makes sense. And yeah, it is. These are the legs, and it's a submarine. You can see. So this is like, is this the? No, that's not the waist. That's got to be the rear skirt that we don't see.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's in blue. You've got... Oh, right, because it has all these number 4s also that we don't see, so those probably are meant to be on the back. It's just they're not on the sete because they are not doing that many decals in the show. And you can see, though, it's got, like, the little sonar and, like, fancy, like, antenna system on the top. It's got... I like the way it's got this, like, little gold grill going around the front of the face. It just makes it look like it's smiling to me. And you've got these... So, given the shape of these white parts, part of my brain wants to assume these are torpedo launchers. Like, these would tuck in
I think they might be.
Launch torpedoes. Same with, like, the other indications of that shape around. Then, below it, though, so that, it's like a little submarine for the rear skirt, and then below it, those are just the legs below.
It's really funny, because, like, it isn't like these are, like, upgrade parts created for it. These are people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's even more weird.
That just existed and happened to combine perfectly with... Which, I'm not trying to poke holes in the logic. Who cares? It's just funny.
Yeah, but it is funny. So yeah, you got the white thigh, and then you've got the giant knees. The legs are collapsed in, so the knees that are already tall are now protruding forward above the thighs there. They have these little searchlights at the end of them and some little, like, launchers on the side. And As you go down, though, yeah, you can see... So the back of the legs, those parts that I said look kind of shielded, they look to be vertical missile launchers, actually, when they're on the boat here. Given the way that these doors are designed, that's
good.
What I'm thinking of. And then actually, so a part of the art that was always cut off is what these side leg parts are. They are not thrusters facing down. They are actually wings, like little, like just wings that are, and they just rotate and face down, I guess, when they're. You know what I think it does? I think that this whole aperture, rather than it rotating, actually, I think it slides down because this gray part is more towards the middle of the leg. So I think it slides down, you know, and changes the shape that way. And, like, you know, once the circle hits there, that's the end. And then it's got red around the base of it, and then these are clearly just the feet doing the thing that, you know, we've seen on many Gundam designs where they're pointing down to not be so obviously feet, but they are still feet. And then finally, the backpack. So the backpack, yeah, is... I would love to see what the show's version of this is. They definitely don't draw these separately in the show because there's just... You'd have to change all of their designs completely. So yeah, so the shield... The new shield is attached as the head of the backpack there, which is really cool. I love that. And then you can see these little pods that are, you know, normally on the back are below it. There's one on that side, presumably one we just can't see ahead of the shield. And then you've got the really cool wings. I do love, though, that it's doing like a delta wing thing where the wings are swept forward. Or no, delta wings are the triangular wings, sorry. What is it when is it just forward swept? You just call them forward swept.
It is just forward swept, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. Deltas are when they are triangles. Now, delta wings, I guess you could do a delta that is forward swept. That would be weird.
Yeah, I don't like delta wings very much, to be honest.
Yeah, I think delta wings are kind of ugly. I like forward swept wings, though. I think they look cool. And yeah, this has like forward swept wings, and it just looks really cool. It's just a cool like dragon plane, and that goes onto the back of it. And yeah, and that's vehicle number 5. It's really funny because in the art you only really see 2 and 3 because the 4 is on the rear skirt presumably, and the 5 is on the back of the backpack. But still cool.
Do you want to hear like the dating profile for all of these?
Sure.
See, the sister vehicle to the this is Daibattles. The sister vehicle to the Dailander is the fastest of the dimensional robos, and fitting with this fact is the fact. Sorry, it's of course slightly clumsy translation for all of these. It has an extremely twitchy and restless personality, since it fights with the intent to save as many lives as possible, and acts under the intent of saving lives as its top priority. The burning pulse beats through its iron body is the fighting spirit of a true hero, the traces of which confound the eyes of evildoers while creating a ray of light to the hearts of the populace.
Amazing.
Good
that
sentence.
Description
Good
rules.
Sentence.
Actually.
Yeah, they all have bits like this. It's like it gets a little clumsy and then it gets poetic, and it's really good the way it's poetic. So then we go on to Dailander. It is hyperactive, and its foolhardy side of act before you think really stands out among the dimensional robos. It always rushes into battle without thinking of the risk and always returns with a lot of damage. Thus it has become a thorn in the side of the maintenance crew. Its way of life is to protect the weak and crush evil. Its figure of protecting the people by making itself their shield lives up to the name of the hero's robust left arm. Sure.
Okay. I mean, I guess it is more robust. It has Gatling guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that it just, the repair crew is like, fuck. This asshole again.
Not this guy again. So Daimariner here. Well, he has a calm personality now. In the past, he was unyieldingly stubborn to the point that he was at odds with everyone else on the team about everything. With the determination of a true hero, it swears to protect this planet and all its inhabitants side by side with its stalwart friends, no matter what kind of storm stands in its way. The oath has never been broken. So, you know, the middle two, no intense bars. Daidragon, we bring it back. It is the calmest one within the 5-dimensional robots, and thus becomes Goyusha's support, as it can make a suitable assessment of the situation at any time. Because it looks emotionless most of the time, it may seem composed at first glance, but beneath its stoic face dwells a righteous spirit that the other dimensional robots cannot compare with. The grief of the people will ruffle its righteous spirit. When the hero's heart is trembled by evil deeds, its anger will crush the enemy swarms.
The grief of the people will ruffle. I love that. That is good, actually. That rules. This is the winner, clearly. The winner of all of them. Like, Daibattles was actually also pretty good, but... What is it when Dailander?
Daibattles is the first one. Yeah.
Or no, what was the last one though? Is it?
Oh, Daidragon.
Daidragon, sorry.
Was our.
My brain wanted to go Lander because it's the backpack, but no, But all right, well, these guys are cool. It is funny that there are all those. It is funny that they are all like guys, though. You know that they are like sentient people. Like, well, because I think about like Gao and like I'm like, well, I don't think the machines that combine with. Well, I don't know. Maybe this is common. Anyway, all right.
Maybe I should have done this in a different order because our next one actually, I guess, predates. It doesn't, as far as actual our world chronology, but in universe, the Daiheart predates the Daiyusha because this is before he could combine with anyone. He just borrowed other people's weapons, and this is Goyusha holding some other shit.
Okay.
Basically.
That is a fun sword. It's like goofy because it's like a sci-fi sword that would not be like great like ergonomically, but it looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So the sword is a very large sword. It is gold around the edges, as well as the bottom. The handle is embedded in the middle of it, but like the rest of it is basically all blade. And then the shield appears to be... You know what the shield looks like to me is it kind of reminds me of the Cassis shield, but like in different colors. Like I think it's just because of like the little cut edges and stuff. And it's a little longer, but yeah. It's a shield that has gold trim all around the edges. You get some white bits of armor around the top, and in the very middle of it, it's got these like 4 barrels on the upper half of it. And then you've got all these like little hatch doors on the lower half, and you've got like 3 small ones on the upper half. And yeah, big shield, big sword.
Mm-hmm. Can't lose.
Yeah.
So as so often is the case, the Daiyusha finds that its power is not enough.
Yeah.
To save the day.
Yeah, of course.
There are 3 possible outcomes from this.
Oh no, we're doing like Zelda timeline splitting for her. Okay, all right.
Well, I think it's just 3 different instances, but it's like whatever. First, you have a wish for power gone wrong. The Dark Dimension Robo reverse Daiyusha.
Oh, okay. So, to describe this friend real quick, what has changed? Quite a bit, actually. So, the head, instead of a V-fin, you now have a giant black crown being worn above the head. Almost looks like a Pope, what is it, a meter? M-I-T-R-E? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
I do. I don't know the term.
But it's like, yeah, a big, like, it looks like a big, like, bishop hat. But then it's got these wide brims on the outside, too. The V-fin areas... The V-fin is basically transformed into a crazy hat. It's got... The head armor is red around the sides. The face has split open into, like, a, like, weird jack-o'-lantern-like, face. With 2 red eyes. The armor in the middle... now has, like, you have 3 hexagons with the jewels in them arranged around a it's like a triangular hexagon, like, if you took a triangle and then cut each of the points at the end a little bit. And it's upside down. And then on the edges of that, you've got these, like, gold wings with the red jewels embedded in them. White armor around the torso, very chunky. You get these, like, really big pectorals that have these giant vertical vents that are red around the edge of them, and then black armor behind them, and then they're kind of gray in the middle. The shoulders, black parts with some white armor in the top middle that has some green on the edge of it, and then some gold trim along the bottom, and with this little plate that hangs down. Very organic looking, like, biceps, very thick. Then you've got very visible joints. The lower arms are black with these big red jewel pieces on either side of them. And then no separate wrist or anything. The hands are hands. The waist. So, it looks like, okay, you've got a front crotch piece that is like a white hexagon on top, black on the bottom. it doesn't really have skirts. It's got, like, the black blocks that are, like, the thighs. I can't tell if these are meant to be... Ooh. Okay, the anime makes them knees. I'm gonna make the decision of calling these knees, then. Because I couldn't tell if these were attached up here or down there, because it's standing straight up here. But yeah.
I think they're supposed to be knees.
Yeah, so doesn't have any front skirts, really. You've just got the blocks of the thighs connected in there. You do have some side skirts that are black with gold around the trim. And then for the rear skirt, it's like a very black, fancy rear skirt. It is seemingly split on the back, and it has, like, a little bit... You can see a little bit of this, like, green camera stuff going on with, like, on the sides of it. Anyway, then the lower legs, you got these really fancy thighs. Again, lots of panel lining, like, that makes it feel more organic. The knees. You've got these huge shields on the knees. Very, like, I don't know, not quite as ridiculous as, like, Demon Bane or something, but they go up real high. They go up all the way to the thighs. They're gold around the edges. You've got, like, a little red embedded jewel inside of them, and then a little, like, gold plate that is separate from the gold edge. And just big shield knees that are popped up a lot. And then, you can't really see the lower legs too well. Looks like from what we can see... No, you can't even see them there because the knees block them. Yeah, you can see black armor for the lower legs, though. Then, for the backpack, it has a black ring that seems to be consuming the light around it. Like, it's like a black hole in the shape of a ring. And it's got this, like, red aura on the inside and outside of the ring, and it looks fucking cool. And then finally... So, okay... The weapon is weird.
It's really hard to know what the hell's going on with this weapon.
Yes, so it looks like it's a giant batleth or boomerang to me. Because
but
you can see
it also seems like maybe you can detach parts of it?
Yeah, because you can see it like well, I don't know, because if you look at the anime art,
but like here you don't see the top half of it. No,
that is the top half. Look. It's pressing it down into someone. It's like stab someone and pushing down on it. Is how I'm seeing it.
I see.
So
probably it's like I hate that this is my touchstone for it, but like Kid Icarus from Smash, where he's got the blade bow thing.
Yeah, no, it is like that. And it's got these like green hexagons on the front. You've got this like red circular jewel in the side of it, and then on the top and bottom, yeah, it's like it's almost like a bow. Yeah. You've got, like, gold trim around the front, black in the middle, and then white along the back of it. And I presume it just either throws it, maybe it can fire something out of it, given all the jewels. And, as is in this art here, looks like it just probably stabbed it into someone and is pushing it down. Or is doing the Trey's pose. It could be doing either one of them here. You know?
I think, but yeah, it looks initially like Trey's pose, but then you look at the face and you're like, I don't know,
he's looking
maybe
down.
not.
Yeah, maybe he's This thing's cool. I mean, it's it's an evil form. It's cool though. Sometimes the evil forms are in fact cool. There's a reason games in the 2000s loved giving you superpowered evil modes, and it's because they're fucking cool.
That is why.
I haven't really played any of the games that did that. It's like, what, The Suffering does that, the second Prince of Persia game. I never played past Sands of Time. But, I know that it happened enough that people
it's actually the third Prince of Persia that does that.
Oh, okay, I thought the second one was Two Thrones or something. That might be the third game then.
No, second one is Warrior Within.
Oh, okay. And then
which is it's funny because you don't get the evil form in the incredibly edgy one. You get it in the one after that.
Yeah, well, I remember Warrior Within was, like, weird, and also it was rated M, so I wasn't allowed to get it in 2004. And I was like, but Sands of Time was rated T, why did they do that? Sands of Time was pretty cool.
Why within 10 minutes of starting the Warrior Within does our mild-mannered prince like snarl at a woman and shout, "You bitch"?
Excuse
Why
me?
Did you do this? Yes.
That's so weird.
It's one of the strangest like tonal right turns I've seen.
He's kind of, I don't know, like it's been a long.
He's a good boy.
I was gonna say it's been like 23 years since I played, because I played Sands of Time when it came out and beat it the year it came out, so it's 2003. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, but, I mean, I just remember he seemed mild-mannered. Oops. That's not how I can't remember the line, but that's not how.
Hard to imagine that a nice-seeming man would actually be misogynist. I've never heard.
Well,
of
you
that
know what I
happening
mean,
before.
though. He just.
I know. I am mocking society and men, not you.
Yeah, no. I just look. I like Nice Boy Prince. Oh God.
Yeah, he was
looking
nice.
at the Warrior Within art now. Yeah, this is so funny. All right. Anyway, sorry to get on a sidetrack while we have more cards to talk about. But...
Okay. All right. I was about to lean in and start pulling up images, but all right. Let's talk about the when this wish goes well with Great Daiyusha.
All right. So Great Daiyusha is now okay. So interesting. So this, part of me thinks maybe we should cover this first because this is the other one's clearly the evil version of this. Because look at the armor and stuff. It has the giant chest vents. It's got the same chest shape. Well, I guess it's not quite the same. It's a little different. It's a bit more angular on this guy. I thought it was more similar, but no. Okay. So the head is still like doing a Pope thing, but it's not as evil looking. It is in blue armor with gold at the edges. It's not as wide brimmed, like it still has a lower V fin instead of the lower V fin extending into more hat. And instead of an evil, like, the mouth has split, it just has like a very like Brave series kind of face, like a little boxy nose and a mouth. And it still has the red armor on like the sides of the head. So yeah. And I like the you get these like black tear marks running down the face that, add some more definition to the face besides just having, a human face on it. The torso, though, very similar to the prior one, but instead of, like, a triangular hexagon, it's a little, like, the hexagons are arranged differently, right? Like, these 3 hexagons in the middle. Still sort of triangular, but then instead of being a triangular hexagon, they've added more angles to it. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... because it's flat on the top, like a 10-edged shape there. And then it's got, the little wings with the red jewels in them still coming out of the sides. It still has the big white armor coming out of, like, the sides of the torso there. The shoulders, though, blue armor with white on the top middle. You've got these cool, like... It's like a wispy kind of paint, like, just put onto the front of it there. It's a cool looking emblem. I don't know how I would describe the shape of it really, but it's cool. Just very wispy, like, white design on the front of the blue armor there.
Yeah, just like a wispy long white wing with a little bit of a tail on it or something. And
then inside of the shoulders, like underneath, you got these like gold bars on the bottom of them, and it looks like they would fold down into claws or something. They probably don't, but that's what they look like to me, is like claws that are holding up the shoulders. Big boxy bicep. The forearms, you've got red at the base of them, and then you actually get another bit of red around the wrist here. And then on the outside of the forearm, it's got blue armor with these little white hexagons on it, and like a piece of like, given all the lines on it, it looks like it's like a gold like heat sink running down the sides of it, because it's got a bunch of like, it's like many like, it's like a ribbed gold piece in there. It's cool looking. For the waist, crotch piece, you've got a big white piece on the front with blue armor behind it, very rounded. It does actually maintain its skirts also, so that's another difference. It's got gold around the base, then blue armor below that, and then more gold armor at the edge of that. White thighs, these thighs are thicker, but funnily boxier. It's really interesting to me that making the robots look less robotic is like a sign of evil in a lot of like, Japanese media.
Yeah.
Which is it's just interesting to me, right? Because, like, this isn't the only time it happens. Adding organic features to a robot actually makes it scarier a lot of the time, which I feel like in the West, like, I just feel like more stories would, like, be like, no, the more not like a human it is, the scarier it is. Except for...
Well, I think the division that's happening here is that there needs to be, like, is the division, right? Is that, like, there needs to be a clear distinction between the machine and the pilot. And the more it starts to become, not the case here because they're not piloting it, but it's like we made them look like us, but they are not us, and that's important.
Yeah.
And the more they just become biological, thus the more they are close to just replacing people, and that's, I think, supposed to be the scary thing.
Yeah, but then it's interesting, right? Because adding a blocky face that is a human face is a heroic feature. But, like, the arms
True.
and the legs, you make them still blocky. You don't make them as organic. You know, I wonder if it's, like, a different flavor, like, if it's the same trend of Uncanny Valley, but just a different flavor just because different, you know, touchstones for what anime is pulling from versus, like, because, you know, I was thinking about it, I'm like, actually, no, there are some robots in Western fiction that are scarier because they are more organic. Things like the Worker Joes in Alien Isolation, right? Like, that's the thing with those, right? Is they're freaky because they're somewhere in between robot and human, but they're not like the androids that are in the normal, like, Alien movies that are made to look exactly human on the outside. They have the, you know, the mannequin-like skin and then the white eyes with, like, the little glowy circle on them. And it's supposed to make them less off-putting because they don't just look like a person, but then they're more off-putting because, you know, it's just weird. It's just different trends in media, obviously. It's not like there's an inherent thing different between Japan and, like, American media on this. It's just more, like, it's just something I think about sometimes with, like, these heroic, you know, when you have, like, here's the super heroic guy and here's this super evil guy. You know, obviously with these two, it's very easy to have that distinction because one is literally the dark mode evil version of this. Anyway, moving on to the knees. Still really tall knees, not quite as tall as the prior one. Though they are in gold, you get these little white hexagons around the edge of the gold there, and there's some at the base of the knee. You do have, like, little red embedded jewels in the knee. Much like the prior one, you can't really see the rest of the leg. It's just kind of blue for the lower leg. The backpack on this, it actually has, like, a flight pack. Looks like it's like an evolved version of the Daidragon from before. Because it still has, like, these little, like, inner parts, and then you have these outer, like, extra jet parts. I'm wondering if it has more wings that we just can't see because this guy barely fits in the frame.
Yes, we have actually, because of the anime where I think it looks terrible, but we have some art of it with,
there's no way.
Some
there's no way they're drawing this in that anime, given how much they've had to simplify things. Oh no! It has peacock wings, which is cool, but they probably look way cooler in the Akitaka art than here, where this is like...
He looks broad.
The thing about Cardfight Vanguard, and I feel bad being mean to a low-budget anime, but it feels like, you know, when you're playing Animal Crossing and you turn on the TV, and it's like there's a bunch of fake shows? This feels like a frame of, like, a fake show in something like that, rather than, like, a real considered thing. And it makes me sad because they are the same design. You put them next to each other, it's like, yeah, these are the same. But it looks so much worse. You know? Well, here they just pack the wings all together, so now it's just a giant cape, I guess. Also, he's way weaker.
Well, he's probably taking some damage or something.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, no, this design's cool. Again, it's funny because, like, I brought up SRW earlier. These designs very much go in, like, weird SRW directions of, like, you know, just getting more and more extra every time because you are obligated to do, you know, an upgrade, but you already started with an extra design, which is always funny when you know, I think about, like, the Grand Teed and stuff from SRW. As, like, a design where I'm like, this already started extra. Did you need to make it more extra? And they're like, yes. Just to show that for a quick example. Here's the Grand Teed as you get it at the start of the game if you are boring and chose the Grand Teed. I don't like the Grand Teed very much, personally. And then I
like the hands, though.
And then here's what it becomes. The Grand Teed Dracodius, or Dragon God, Dracodius. And...
Jesus, man.
It's so much. It's so much. Also gets a face, actually, like a more regular face. Funnily enough, just thinking about the upgrades. The hands are cool. Anyway, yeah, not my favorite machine from Jay, but yeah, it's fine. Don't worry though.
But what happens?
I sorry.
Okay.
One last thing I have to show you. I forgot. There is technically the Dracodeus. That was in its normal mode. I forgot that it actually has a super mode that it goes into because of the attacks. Oh no! Why is it not opening? No. Ah, here it is. Probably because this is a large image. I forgot. Here's what it looks like when it's in its full power mode, which it only activates during attacks because they are not going to make this... This is a shmup boss. You have to destroy the 4 dragon heads before the robot leans forward and you can shoot it. Is what I see with this, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
And the wings open up and now have these crazy triangular, like, heat things in them. Anyway.
Isn't that where the psychics are stored to power the angel halo?
Oh no! Yeah, that's a ridiculous design. Anyway, sorry, I just needed to show that when talking about ridiculous upgrades because I was thinking about it.
So we've talked about when Daiyusha is like, I need more power, and it goes bad. We've talked about when it goes properly, but what about
when it goes neutrally?
When Daiyusha just wishes for a savior.
Oh, okay. So he. This isn't really Daiyusha. Is it a?
No.
Okay.
This is Great Daiarth, a historic commander of the dimensional robos of the
he basically
died fighting a star.
He creates a tulpa of God, is what he has done.
More or less.
He has created a tulpa of their god, okay, or of their, I guess, their creator, or I guess not even a creator.
I like this image
leader.
enough that I'm just gonna, I'm gonna move it over here because I want to make it bigger, but I really like the framing of this, so I don't want to lose that. So we're gonna.
So all right, so oh god, Great Daiarth here. So starting with the head, we've got very triangle head. You've got a, red triangular piece on the top with a little green embedded jewel. The tallest V-fin ever seen. Just straight up horns.
Very
jagged.
Very Mazinger,
as it goes up.
Right?
Yeah. Very ridiculous though, this V-fin setup. The face, you've got, it looks like it has a mouth and a nose in there, but then you've got like red little bits of armor on the cheek, like holding the face in, like housing it. Then you've got, blue armor around that. Very tall neck armor around this, so the head feels really small, like it's tucked in there. And then the chest is broad as hell. This guy is fucking swole. You've got, the middle piece is just blue with white armor, and then like a little green diamond in the middle. You can't really see behind the sword, unfortunately. It looks like it might be some red armor on the bottom there. But hard to tell because the sword, and also the fact that the sword is reflecting the sun, which this is eclipsing while standing on the earth. Cool pose. You've got the pectorals though, and they're just gigantic and wide. You've got this huge bit of white armor at the base of them. They've got like a little vent cut towards the inner edge of them, and then below you've got blue armor, very angular, going around the bottom. Then you get like a little bit of black before the connection for the arm, and he just goes so far out. And then he's got so many sections of like white armor in the middle that it almost feels ab-like. Like he's just fucking, like, it adds to the feeling that he's ripped because just the armor just implies muscle, but like in a specific way,
Absolutely.
The shoulders, you've got these gigantic red shoulders. I like the way that they kind of like meet with the chest plate, so it looks like all one piece, but they're like separate. And the shoulders are red around the front. Honestly, it's funny because this guy's actually simple in some ways, but a touch that I'm liking is they're making all the like little lights on him really tiny, which helps imply the scale of him a little bit. That he's got all these like weird little lights on him. So you got like a little green one at the base of the shoulder and then one on the outer edge. Shoulder sticks out a fair bit. You get a lot of gray in between. You have a bit of red armor that hangs down from the shoulder, and that has a very heatsink-like look going on there. And then connected on the outside of the shoulder here, you've got these big golden wings that sweep upward and end in a huge point. You've got these little green...
I mean, those are just his shoulders, right? Those aren't wings.
Well, like, they're not wings. They're
wings
part
are
of the
behind
shoulder. But they're... Well, I just was saying, like, their design, though. Just these three...
shape-wise.
Yeah, shape-wise. These are, like, three, like, golden wings sticking up from the shoulder there. they're like sandwiched there, and in between the parts, it looks like it has these like, you know, gray plates that are also there hanging down below, just big bladed plates. Biceps, very boxy. It has like a very thick upper bicep that actually like bellows down a little bit as you hit like the lower part of the bicep. Then you have the joint, and then you've got, it's blue at the base of the arm, white in the middle, and then for the forearms, around the wrist, you get these huge cuffs that sweep backwards. Very blue. They have like a little opening in the front on the outside of them. Very boxy. The left one mounts the shield, the right one doesn't have anything on it, but it is basically like a small shield, just by virtue of the armor design there. Then the hands, you've got blue armor on the back of them, gray fingers. You've got for the skirt, red crotch piece, blue below that, like it's just got like a little tiny red like wedge on the top. You've got, the skirts are interesting here. So, it has front skirts. But the front skirts are only protecting the leg joint because the legs are so widely set that the skirts actually don't go in front of the leg at all. They're only in front of, like, the joint going into the waist. Because he's so wide on the upper body that they need to make the legs pop out wider as well. But the front skirt, it's like 3 sections of long blue armor with a little bit of gold around the top, like this little piece on the outside. It looks like he's got like these blue boxy side skirts that are kind of hard to see, or at least sides of the legs. They're attached to the sides of the thighs, perhaps. And we can't see the rear skirt, though we do see it split, ends in 2 points, very standard. It does have some nice panel lines running on the bottom of it. The thighs are huge boxes that have little intakes like on the top of them, and then these like blue triangular parts hanging down on the top of them, as well as like for some armor. You got some panel lines running down these legs. They kind of do the same thing as the bicep, where they, like, you know, kind of crunch down a little as you go down towards the joint. The joints have little bits of, like, white armor on the outside with, like, a little circle on the side of them. Then for the legs, you get red piece at the base of the leg where it connects to the joint, a red knee part that kind of pops above. Below the knee, you've got, very similar to the ones on the shoulders, you've got these big 3 golden, like, swept up wings or claws just going upward. No, like, cameras on them or anything. They do have these, like, little tick marks, but nothing too crazy. Other than the fact that they are ridiculous, but, you know. The sides of the legs, you got these, like, big, boxy, like, trapezoids sticking out of the sides of the legs. And then it looks like the back of the leg possibly has, like, one of them as well. It's a little hard. You can see the back of the leg has, like, blue armor sticking out of it, for sure. Then the sides of the leg going down, you have these 2 white boxes on the outside and inside, and it looks like behind them, it's like thrusters. And then, like, the thruster, like, the little plate that, you know, guides the thrust, has, like, a green light on them that is just shining very bright. And then you get a little...
Yeah, parts of this...
Oh, yeah.
Parts of the design, like the leg, feel like double Zeta to me.
Yeah. I can see it. And then you get this blue boxy piece at the very front of the bottom of the leg that goes around like the top of the foot. Kind of evokes like, you know, ankle armor, but is attached to the... You can see it's still attached to the leg there. Then for the feet, huge feet with like this white piece at the base with a blue bit of armor at the front, and then it's got 2 like toe parts that extend forward from the front of the foot. It's really cool. It gives it this like very claw-like look. And then a very it has not like a super high heel, but a bit of a high heel with a point, and it's pointed on the back of it. And then finally the backpack. This guy's got huge blue wings that end in like golden feather parts and some like little white ones at the on the outermost part. But like big golden like feathers on it, and there's a bunch of these little tiny green light cameras on them. This guy's pretty cool. I think this guy's pretty cool. Like, it's ridiculous, but in a way I think is really fun. It's surprisingly... It's ridiculous, but it's actually decently readable, I think is the thing that helps it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've talked about some of these designs, and while I've enjoyed them, some of them are, like, cramming so much detail onto what is, like, a giant robot, but still, like, a smaller guy. But it's funny because, like, even though this guy is clearly standing on the Earth and is huge, as the sun, like, as I mentioned, the sun is being eclipsed behind him, he's actually really tasteful, all things considered. Like, relative to the other designs, like, he's still extra. But he's, like, tastefully extra, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoy him. So for his weapons, he's got a sword in the right hand, big golden grip, it has, like, a little red pommel on the bottom. You've got a blue crossguard with, like, a little blue diamond. It's got, like, golden, like, edged parts on the ends of the crossguard, and in between them, it's got, like, black with these neon green glowing parts, like, in between, like, the gold and the blue. And then, for the shield is interesting because it's, like, split in the middle, so it's almost more like a big claw on the arm. And then you've got, like, white armor around the base, it looks like it's gold at the edge, and then, coming out at the end, it's got, like, black with more of that neon green that's glowing. And, it's even... Now that I look at it, it's less of a shield and more of just, like, a weird big, like, wrist claw, or, like, wrist, you know, double punch piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's cool, is what it is.
So this art is by Toshiaki Takayama, excuse me. This is not an artist I was familiar with, and so I did a little looking, and I want to send you first. I'm gonna send you 2 designs that are from this game that are not robots that he's done.
Okay.
First we're gonna do Interdimensional Dragon Beyond Order Dragon.
What is this from?
This is from the card game.
These are from the card game still, just by him, though, but not...
And then I'll send you 2
Yo! Okay, this guy's cool. Like, this one's very extra, but I like it. This fucking weird fantasy punk dragon mecha, I kind of like it.
Yeah, he mostly doesn't, like, it has mechanical parts, but it's not a mecha, it's like a dragon guy.
Dragon.
Mostly they don't let him do mecha in this, and so the 2 I'm sending you here from the game are not mecha, and then the 2 I send you from outside the game are mecha. He also does Supremacy Black Dragon Aura Geyser Doomed.
And I have to, real quick, oh, that's a cool one too. But first, so, the left one, the dragon, I did say it was steampunk, and it is, because it has lots of gears and stuff, but it manages to be cool, just trust me on this. I think it's cool, at least, even though I'm normally, like, kind of shit talk steampunk. I mean, everyone does.
I mean, it kind of has some, like, alchemy punk elements,
yes,
too,
I love all these, like, Frankenstein fucking, like, little glass, like, vacuum tubes that have, like, lights on in them and stuff. It's so cool.
It looks
and
really
then we have
sick.
fucking Odin and Sleipnir here, which are... This is great. Because, yeah, it's a 6-legged horse that has demonic horns that are, like, glowing blue. These guys rule. They're super extra. They're very, like, hard to parse, but they're still cool looking. Like, sometimes something hits that, right? Like, sometimes something is a ridiculous mess of detail, but it's still kind of cool, and that's... I like these, personally.
Then we have 2 from his Twitter. We have a very, like, sketchy drawing here of a mecha that I think looks sick as fuck.
Let's see this one. Oh, yeah, very Armored Core, right? It's cool looking.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
I like this, yeah.
And then some very imaginative, I mean, like, I guess the fact that this guy is drawing, like, dragons and shit, works into the mecha design somewhat with this art.
Ooh. Oh, I like that it's like a 1-horn and a 2-horn. That's fun. And these are just probably original art pieces by him, not really... These aren't connected to anything, seemingly.
Oh, he did do some art for Fires of Rubicon, it turns out.
Oh, well. Okay, what did he do? Which design did he do? Let's see. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay. I wonder if he's the original designer. Or... No, this has to be because it's got the... Yeah, so he's probably the original designer for... Oh, is that the Orbiter? No, Nightfall.
So, the thing it says here is TRPG, so I wonder if there's like a
maybe...
tabletop adaptation.
Okay, maybe he's doing art for the tabletop game, but he's not the original designer. I have to look. I do have the AC6 art book. It's mostly guys I don't know other than Yanase's, like, one design and, like, Kawamori's one design.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kawamori did one, or is it Miyatake? One of the Studio Nue guys did some stuff, and it's like, okay, I recognize these because you can tell the Studio Nue art.
Yeah, I'll tab out soon, but I keep seeing stuff on here where I'm like, that's cool. That's a cool design.
I did look up one. I was looking at. I wanted to find a gallery of his artwork, and I did see this fucking robot, and I like this.
Oh yeah,
This weird
Yeah,
holy
that's sick.
robot with this weird head. I love this. All right, this guy's pretty good. He does the kind of mecha designs that, like, how do I put it? I think his designs are not animation friendly. These would not work for like a mecha
No.
anime. You would not want to be doing art
Absolutely
for
not.
these. But they're still good looking. Like that, it's interesting, right? Because like I feel like in the era of a lot of digital artists, it's actually like it's not that there's not even like a lot of mecha designers in the modern day. It's just getting mecha designers that can design for anime specifically, even with CG, is hard. I think is like the harder part. But there are still a lot of good mecha artists out there that are newer guys. You know, clearly like he's working within the digital medium and doing a lot. That guy's ridiculous.
Warframe looking motherfucker.
Yeah. You know what? This actually, this almost has Lancer vibes to me in a funny way too. Just the having like just the
Sure.
motifs going on with like having like the Minotaur thing going on, but then also having the four arms and these ridiculous toes.
This is just useful because this is like a familiar point of reference. Here is him drawing the Mighty Strike Freedom.
Oh, this is gonna be funny to see.
So demonstrates how his art style works with a design you may be more familiar with.
Still don't like the Mighty Strike Freedom, but hey, art's.
But
I can't blame him though because that's not his design. And I don't want to blame Okawara because my brain goes Okawara's a legend. I can't blame him. So instead, I'll blame Fukuda, even if it's unfair because fuck that guy. Oh, one other one I saw. Sorry, that is really cool by him. Because like I said, I'm gonna save a bunch of these afterwards. I like this guy.
Oh, that's sick.
I mean, also this is Dylan colors. It's monochrome with orange, and so of course I'm like, yeah, when I see it.
I also you're gonna get a lot of credit from me by just framing them in like having the person here with the guide lights just makes me like it a lot more. It's just like, yeah, these robots exist in a physical reality. I don't know why. I just like that a lot.
All right. Well, do we have any more variants for
cool
the Daiyusha?
robot. I don't think so. I am gonna lie. I did lie to you. I have to post this guy.
Oh, that's a fun one.
This rules.
That's a fun one too, because it doesn't even need to be a giant mecha. This one I can imagine as like a human-sized like robot as well, and it would be cool.
I think it probably is supposed to be.
Okay, yeah. I love the. It's like a fox. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. Fox.
Yeah,
I just noticed
it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I was staring at the face so much, I'm like, it's red with like that little nose, and it's got the ears.
It's got a little nose and the ears. And
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's great.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Discovering new artists. New for me, even.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right. Well, 6. Since we're done and we did the credits and everything, and it has been a full-length episode, even if we talked about Pokemon for 20 minutes. So, 6, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Blue Sky, 6.scanlinemedia.com. You can find my work at scanlinemedia.com or patreon.com/scanlinemedia. Would very much appreciate your support. And you can talk with us on the Scanline Media Discord. There's a link down in the show notes, unless you're on YouTube, because I still haven't done it on YouTube, because frankly I'm worried about bots.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But if you want to click over to either the other places that it's hosted, you can
I think
join us. And
one extra click for joining a group shouldn't filter people out that much, right?
I hope so.
I would hope so.
But yeah, and you can make requests. That's why we're talking about all these card games, is because CrossZeta made this request. You can make a request, and we'll talk about stuff. And I encourage it to be mechanical in nature, but it doesn't have to be a robot. And I guess technically it doesn't even have to be mechanical in nature. But when I come up with stupid ideas like we should talk about Chris Jericho, I can just make that happen. You would have to talk me into it, listener.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
But it is possible.
Dylan, what about
You
you?
can find me at LaPolyRobot over on Busky. hang out on the Discord as much as Discord wants to shoot itself in the head. Sorry, in the foot. In the head might be too graphic, but in the foot. Very frustrating about that, but whatever, it's fine. My brain is just like, Skype, like, let itself bleed out over a longer period. Discord is like, what if we just... But I'll still be there. I mean, I have to record here, and, it's not like I won't be on Discord. I'm just not giving them my ID or anything. Because fuck that. But...
You just need to post a lot of porn so it knows you're an adult.
Right?
This is a great idea that they've come up with. Until next time, folks, I'm going to give you the card quote from Hyper Metalborg Guilt Digger.
Okay.
I have twice the number of arms. Of course my power is doubled.
Oh, that rules, actually. This guy's great. Alright. Peace.
Peace.